Houston, we have a problem. You remember that famous quote? Yeah, man landed on the moon and there was a major problem. Well, just Google it and find out. And then you'll realize that the problem we have in Kenyan politics right now is major. And that problem is called independent candidates. Yeah? Now you'll remember in an earlier recording I did, I said that independents are going to be the highest in history in our elections. I also said that they're going to be a major force in these elections. Let me confess to you, I did not realize just how major they're going to be. Yeah? Because now as it's turning out, as things are unfolding, they're going to be very, very, very major. And I'll explain why in a minute. Now if you doubted for a minute that independents are major, or rather the impact they're going to have in this election is awesome, is tremendous, then just look at both presidential candidates. Both of them have reacted rather forcefully or rather aggressively against independent candidates. Both major presidential candidates have. Yeah? Okay, let's start with the president. President Uhuru Kenyatta did not react directly, but he reacted through two people who made a statement on his behalf. This was Mr. Waititu in Mandera yesterday, I believe. They said very categorically, both of them, Duale and Waititu, they were saying the same thing. They said, fine, there's no problem with you running as independents. The Constitution allows it. Yeah? Notice those choice of words. Not we allow it, not that we favor it. He said the Constitution allows it. Yeah? But then they went on and said this: do not set conditions for a presidential candidate. They emphasized that. Yeah? Now, if you read between the lines, what is happening here is that independents are getting out of hand as far as Jubilee is concerned. Way, way out of hand. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's just go over to NASA and see what happened now. Now in NASA, there was no missing words. Raila told the electorate, Raila told his supporters, Raila Odinga, the leader of NASA, told his supporters, do not vote for independent candidates. He said it categorically. And not only that, the other principals, most notably Musalia Mudavadi, repeated the same thing. They said independents are causing confusion. Of course, politicians are not going to tell you the whole thing, yeah? But I will, okay? They'll not tell you the whole story, why independents are bring such complications. Now, you're a presidential candidate. What you want is that you want support, you want full representation in both houses. You want as many MCs as MCAs, members of the county assemblies as possible in your party. Why? Because this is the only way you're going to be able to push forward policy. You imagine you're a president and most of parliament is the opposition. Most of the senate is the opposition. Your hands are going to be tied. You're not going to be able to go far. Yeah? Because any policy you bring, it's shot down by the opposition. Anything you try and do, shot down by the opposition. And this is politics. We have seen it all over the world. Yeah? The whole idea is to frustrate your term so that when the next elections come round, they can go back to the electorate and say, this guy you elected has achieved zero. Yeah, of course, they'll not say thanks to us. We assisted him to achieve zero by shooting down everything he wanted to pass through. Yeah, that is the situation. Okay. Now, there's something else even more scary. Independents have no strings attached to you. Yeah. So let's say you're a candidate, you win the elections, and after you have won, you have these independents who supported you, they campaigned for you. Very good. Except that now, as you go to parliament, those people are vulnerable. Yeah, because what the other party will do, what the party will do which has not won the presidency, they'll approach these people, and we know this is Kenya, yeah, and they will give them enough incentives to make sure that these people cross over. They've already been elected, yeah. So we all know that once people get elected in Kenya, the electorate and the wishes of the voters, that one just goes to the dustbin, yeah. It is just me, myself, and I. It just becomes a personal thing, yeah. So fine, you're elected, yes, that independent party candidate supported you, but then he's approached by the other side and is given an offer he cannot refuse. Yeah, and so what does he do? He crosses over to the other side. So in parliament, your numbers, the numbers you are counting on paper are not there, they just vanish. Yeah, because we know that there's enough money in politics. In fact, the kind of money which is pouring on the ground right now as we speak, just shows you the kind of money that is in Kenya is just absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah, so you find that money works, and maybe you had 50 independents who are on your side, who voted, who supported you, supported your presidents, and so on, and overnight those 50 just vanish and they go over to the other side. This is the nightmare of presidential candidates. Yeah. Now, as it is right now, there's absolutely nothing they can do about it. Yeah. And what makes even the situation more worrying is that a lot of these independent candidates are not small fry. They are not the kind of politicians we expect will lose easily. Yeah. So some of them will go through. This is the huge nightmare with the presidential candidates. Now, on the Jubilee side, matters are even worse. Much, much worse. And I'm going to reveal to you exactly where they're much worse in the second part of this video. It'll be, just look at the top corner on your screens right now. You should see a link. Click on it and you'll be able to go immediately to part 2 of this video. This is Chris Kumekucha. See you there.